Good evening and welcome into Wildwood Baseball Park for a Langsdorff League doubleheader tonight between the Genoa City Red Dogs and your Sheboygan A's. Starting on the mound tonight for the A's is Brandon Winfield. The Red Dogs hold a 4-10 record in the Langsdorff League, while the A's sit at 6-4. First game will start momentarily, with the second game following about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. And leading off for the Red Dogs will be their second baseman, Will Fogel. And here is the first pitch. That catches the inside for strike one. Next one is a ball. That'll be ball one. And Fogel attempts to lay down a bunt. It goes foul. That'll make the count 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch is sent high over the backstop for a foul. That is driven high into shallow center. Dan Barwick runs under it for the first out. That will bring up shortstop Chad Tyndall for the Red Dogs. First pitch sent to Tyndall is a strike. And then Tyndall sends one foul out of play for an 0-2 count. And now Winfield takes time to tie his shoe and is ready to deliver the next pitch. That'll be swung on. Tyndall gets a piece of it. It goes foul into the backstop. Ben Gordon working behind the plate for the A's tonight. Then Tyndall sends one over to first into foul territory. Fleischman tried to dive for it, but is unable to come up with it. Tyndall check swings at the next one. It's on the outside for ball one. Next pitch also a ball for ball two. Another high pitch from Winfield for ball three to fill up the count. And Tyndall sends one into right center. That is ran under by Jake Perez for out number 2. Joey Cass to the plate now, the catcher for the Red Dogs. Cass takes the first one for ball 1. And sends one into the gap in right center. He'll be in for a single. That will bring up third baseman Brian Ducey. He'll take the first one for strike 1. Winfield attempts a pickoff at first, but Cass dives back in time. That pitch will be in there for a ball. Make the count 1-1. Then a sharply hit ball that goes foul. So as the ball is retrieved, as it snuck back into play, the 1-2 pitch from Winfield. As Cass takes off, he is safe. As Winfield threw over to first when Cass was about halfway down the base path. The throw from Fleischman over to second, not in time, and Joey Cass will have a stolen base. Brian Ducey gets a piece of that one. It goes foul. So the count will stay at 1-2. And he sends one into right. That will drop in fair territory. Heads over to the foul fence. So Joey Cass will score from second, and Brian Ducey will get a double as the ball got away from Jake Perez. And Red Dogs have an early 1-0 lead. Tom Stark at the plate now. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. And he'll send a chopper to second, fielded by Solberg. That will be out number 3. So after 1/2 inning, the Red Dogs able to put one up on a Brian Ducey double. And we'll head to the bottom of the first. The A's trailing by a score of 1-0. This is Sheboygan A's Baseball, brought to you by Papa Murphy's. Leading off in the bottom of the first will be Colin Willis for the A's. DH tonight for the A's. Had a good game last night with a single and a triple that drove in 2 runs as the A's ousted Manitowoc by a score of 13-0. After 2 pitches, Willis has a 2-0 count. Takes a swing at the next one. It'll be sent sharply into the backstop for a foul. 2-1 now the count to Willis. He sends the next one foul as well, out of play. So that will even up the count at 2 apiece. And Willis will swing on the high heat and miss for strike number 3. That will be 1 away. Eric Solberg now at the plate. Solberg takes that first one. It was outside for ball 1. That will be strike 1 for Solberg. Takes that one, that catches the outside corner for strike 2. He sends one over to short. Unable to beat out the throw. That will be 2 outs for the A's, with Harry Stelk coming to the plate. Stelk, a hard-hitting third baseman for the A's, leads the team in doubles. With 13. Also has 2 home runs and a triple. Sends a high one into shallow right. That will be ran under. So the A's go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom half of the first. Unable to score any runs, and we'll head to the top of the second, still trailing by a score of 1-0. This is Sheboygan A's Baseball, brought to you by Larry's Distributing. Action resumes in the top of the second. Kevin Conrad leading off for the Red Dogs. Conrad will get a piece of the first one. Sent straight into the backstop for a foul ball. Next one from Winfield on the outside for ball one. That one caught the inside corner for strike two. That'll even up the count at 2-2. And they'll say that. Ben Gordon unable to hold on to that pitch. And then on the next one, Conrad sends one into right field for a single. And now Tom Weir will be at the plate. This is the 9th game Brandon Winfield has appeared in. He has a 3-3 record with 2 saves on the year. That first run from Weir is sent foul out of play. And then Weir sends one into left for another single. Kevin Conrad over to second. Now the DH Corey Berry at the plate. Berry shows bunt, but pulls back as the pitch was low and inside for ball one. Shows bunt again. This time he lays one down the first base line. Scooped up by Fleischman and tossed back to Mattheis for the out. However, Weir and Conrad will advance to second and third. So Red Dogs now have 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out. And the 9-hitter Drew Evanson at the plate. And a wild pitch that gets away from Gordon. Kevin Conrad will score from third. And Tom Weir advances to third. And Genoa City adds another one. Goes up by a score of 2-0 now. Evanson sends the next one foul down the first base line. And Winfield will get him to go down swinging. That will be the second out here in the top of the second. And now back to the top of the order with Will Fogel. A runner still on third for the Red Dogs. Winfield catches the inside corner there. Winfield is working quickly. Gets him looking on that one. Caught the inside again. So after 2 straight singles, A's able to get 3 outs, but not after allowing a run on a wild pitch. So the score now stands at 2-0, and we will head to the bottom of the second. This is Sheboygan A's baseball, brought to you by Bud Light. Bottom of the second, Cole Hiley will get things started for the A's. After going 3 up, 3 down in the first, they're looking to get a little more offense going here in the second. Hiley swings and misses on the first one. Next pitch is low and inside for ball 1. Hiley, another swing and a miss on that one. That will be strike 2. And Hiley will go down swinging for the first out in the bottom of the second. And Jake Perez will come up. Perez had 2 doubles in last night's game while scoring 4 runs. 4 of the A's 13 runs. And after 2, Perez is at an 0-2 count. A high one there sent to Perez for ball 1. And then an outside pitch from Schmidt for ball 2. Count is 2-2 to Jake Perez. And Perez will also go down swinging. That's 2 up, 2 down for the A's, both by strikeout. And now Blake Fleischman will be at the plate. Fleischman had his first home run of the season last night, driving in 3 runs to lead the A's offensively. And then Fleischman will send one to short. Unable to beat out the throw. So A's once again go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the second. And we'll head to the top of the third, still trailing by that score of 2-0. This is Sheboygan A's baseball, brought to you by Community Bank and Trust. Top of the third. Chad Tyndall leading off for the Red Dogs. Tyndall flew out in his first at bat into right field. However, this time he'll send one in the gap into left. And another single for the Red Dogs. Those Red Dogs have been chipping away at Winfield with those singles. 4 singles so far and a double from Brian Ducey. Joey Cass up at the plate now. And after 2, Cass is at an 0-2 count. So the 0-2 pitch to Cass is sent deep into right field. At the warning track, caught by Jake Perez for the first out here in the top of the third. So Brian Ducey at the plate now. He had a double in his first at bat. And he sends the first one foul into the parking lot. And a high fly ball over to shortstop. Caught by Solberg. Two away for the Red Dogs. And Tom Stark will be up next with 2 outs and a runner on first. Stark grounded out in his first at bat in the first inning. And Stark will send a chopper down the third base line. That will go foul. He sends one over to shortstop. Throw from Solberg takes a hop before it gets to Fleischman, and Stark is able to beat out the throw. It was sent into the hole. Solberg had to make a tough throw over to first. It will not be in time, and Red Dogs will have runners on first and second now. Kevin Conrad up now. He had a single last inning and eventually scored a run on that wild pitch. He'll send this one into center. It'll be caught by Dan Barwick for the third out. So Red Dogs leave 2 stranded and for the first time do not score a run in the inning. And so the lead will still be 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. This is Sheboygan A's Baseball, brought to you by Legend Larry's. Into the bottom of the third. Dan Barwick leading off for the A's. Barwick will take the first one for a strike. Next pitch just a bit inside for ball one. Then Barwick sends a chopper that bounces foul up the first base line. So the 1-2 pitch coming to Dan Barwick will be outside for ball two. That one just a bit low for ball three to fill up the count. And then a high pitch for ball four. And the A's have their first base runner of the night. Sam Mathice now at bat. Mathice usually in the outfield, but playing second tonight for the A's. And Schmidt tosses one over to first, but Barwick is back in time. Mathice will send one that sails foul onto the street. And that time the thrower to first will get away from Kevin Conrad. Bad throw by Schmidt. Barwick able to get all the way over to third on the error from the pitcher. First error of the night for the Red Dogs. So with no outs, the A's have a runner on third. And Mathice will send one a little blooper into shallow right for the RBI single. A's cut the lead in half. It's now 2-1. Into the bottom of the order with Ben Gordon. Gordon lays down a bunt. No throw made at second, as nobody was covering. So Mathice will move to second. Gordon will be thrown out at first. And back to the top of the order with Colin Willis. Willis will send one up the middle. Mathice being waved home. No throw. No play made at the plate, rather. And just like that, The A's are now tied at 2-2 with another RBI single, this time from Sam Matthijs. Or Colin Willis, rather. Matthijs scored the run. And Eric Solberg will come to the plate. First pitch set to Solberg in the dirt for ball one. Next one catches the outside for strike one. So the 1-1 pitch to Solberg is swung on and missed. Big cut taken by Solberg that time. High pitch sent to Solberg. Joey Cass comes up throwing over to first, but Colin Willis steps on the bag before it gets there. So the 2-2 to Eric Solberg. He gets a piece of it. It goes foul into the backstop. And Willis will take off. And he's going to be safe as the throw gets away from Tyndall. Not sure if it would have been there in time anyway. Colin Willis leads the team in stolen bases. That is his 17th on the year. And then Eric Solberg will walk after the full count pitch. That will bring up Harry Stelt. Stelt has runners on first and second, and one out here in the bottom of the third. And after two pitches, the count will be 1-1 to Stelt. Schmidt checks Willis at second. Then Stelt sends a sharply hit foul ball towards the Genoa City dugout. So that'll make the count 1-2. Stelt sends one into foul territory again. Stelt swung on and missed, but the pitch gets away from Joey Cass. Did he? Whatever. Then Stelt will send one up the middle that goes by the shortstop, Chad Tyndall. Just took a sharp bounce right before it got to Tyndall. And Colin Willis will score from second. Harry Stelt gets the single. Another RBI single for the A's, and they now find themselves with a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the third. One out, and runners still on first and second for Cole Hiley, who takes a big swing on the first pitch sent his way. That'll be strike one. Next one is low and away for ball one. A 1-1 count will be coming to Hiley. Schmidt thought about throwing back to second there. Decides not to. And then the outside pitch from Schmidt for ball two. And then a big cut taken by Cole Hiley. Misses on that one for strike two. Hiley thought about swinging on that one. It is high and outside for ball three. And the payoff pitch to Hiley. He takes a swing on that one. That's sent onto the street. Count will remain at 3-2. And then the outside pitch will send Hiley to first base with a walk. And the bases will be loaded for Jake Perez. So bases loaded for Jake Perez, a bit of a power hitter for the A's. Has appeared in 29 games with 4 home runs. That's good enough for second on the team, tied with Eric Solberg. Cole Hiley leads the way in that category with 5. Stelt with 2. Willis with 1. And after last night, Fleischman with 1. And Langley with 2. And then Perez will send one that takes a sharp bounce past third base. Eric Solberg will score from third. So another RBI single for the A's. The bases stay loaded as Jake Perez's single drives in Eric Solberg. And now Blake Fleischman at the plate. First pitch sent to Fleischman is low and inside for ball one. Next one makes Fleischman scoot back a bit. It's on the inside for ball two. And after the third straight ball from Schmidt, Joey Cass is going to trot out to have a talk with him. Cass giving some encouraging words to his pitcher. And now play will resume as Fleischman steps back into the box. And he takes that one for strike one. And Fleischman sends a chopper to second. He will be thrown out, but Harry Stout will score from third. And with that, the A's have batted around. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. And Barwick up for the second time in this inning. First pitch to Barwick, well on the outside for ball one. Next pitch is low for ball two. He's got 2 runners in scoring position. Sends a high one into foul territory. No play made on it by right fielder Drew Evanson. So now the count will be 2-1 for Barwick. And he sends one up the middle. Hiley will score from third. Jake Perez hustling home from second. That will be a 2 RBI single for Dan Barwick. Runs 6 and 7 in the inning for the A's. And Matthijs will come up for his second at bat in the inning. And with 2 outs and a runner on first, who takes off on the first pitch, Dan Barwick is safe at second. Got a good jump on that one, throw nowhere near in time. Schmidt thought about tossing it back to second, try and get Barwick, but he does not. And the pitch to Matthijs is outside for ball two. Now the 2-0 pitch. Matthijs is sent into right center. Hung up a bit on that one, and it is ran under by Tom Stark. So that will be the third out. But not after the A's put up 7 runs in the third inning. And will head to the top of the fourth, now leading by a score of 7-2. This is Sheboygan A's Baseball, brought to you by Mountain Dew. Into the top of the fourth, Tom Weir leading off for the Red Dogs. And after 3 pitches, Weir is at a 2-1 count. Next one low and inside from Winfield for ball 3. Another low pitch from Winfield for ball 4, and Weir will walk to first. The DH, Corey Berry, at the plate. Takes a swing and a miss on that one. That one from Winfield catches the inside of the zone for strike 1. That one a bit too much inside for ball 1. A 1-2 count coming to Berry as he sends one high in the infield. Couple of A's converge on it, but it's caught by Sam Matthijs for the first out here in the top of the 4th. And now the 9-hitter, Drew Evanson, will be at the plate. Evanson sends the first one foul over to the visiting dugout up the first base line. And another one sent foul into the backstop this time. Winfield looked ready to go, steps off, and now into his windup. Sends one over to first. Tom Weir back in time. And Evanson gets a piece of that one. It's sent foul into the backstop. The count still at 0-2. With 1 out in the top of the 4th. And then Evanson sends one right back to Winfield. Solberg a little slow on covering second. Weir is out at second, but Evanson will be safe at first on the fielder's choice. So 2 away for Genoa City. And back to the top of the order with Will Fogel. Fogel takes that one for a ball. It was low and out of the zone from Winfield. Takes a half swing on the next one, gets a piece of it. The 1-1 count to Fogel. Is now 2-1 after that outside pitch. And he sends one over to shortstop, takes a Sharp bounce at the end. That'll have to be an error credited to Solberg. He had it in his glove, just took a while to make the throw. And now Chad Tyndall up to bat. With runners on first and second for Genoa City. Tyndall sends one foul and out of play. Then a line drive over to Matthijs at second. And a jumping catch made by Hen. Is that the... So, after the catch by Matthijs, that'll be the third out. Genoa City leaves two stranded, unable to score any runs. And we'll head to the bottom of the fourth. A's leading by a score of 7-2. This is Sheboygan A's Baseball, brought to you by Trilling True Value. And leading off for the A's will be Ben Gordon. Laid down a sacrifice bunt to get some runners moving in the last inning, in which the A's scored 7 runs. And he shows bunt on that one. And swings and misses on the next one for a 1-1 count. After a couple foul balls, count is 1-2 to Gordon. That one on the outside for ball 2. And he will swing and miss on the next one. Strike 3. 1 away for the A's. So back to the top of the order with Colin Willis. Willis takes the first one for strike 1. Next one outside for ball 1. 1-1 count coming to Willis, who was hitting .409 on the year. Gets a piece of that one. And Willis sends one that gets under the glove of the second baseman, Will Fogel. Willis will reach on the single. And Eric Solberg will come up to bat after Willis. So a 1-0 pitch coming to Eric Solberg. And catches the outside corner of the zone for strike one. Another outside pitch that catches the zone. Strike two. So the 1-2 to Solberg. Willis takes off. It's a foul ball, so he'll have to trot on back to first. Another foul ball from Solberg. He's chipping away at the pitches from Schmidt. And the next one is high and away for ball two. And Willis takes off again, and a single into right from Solberg. Willis will make it over to third, which lets Solberg get over to second. So now two runners in scoring position for the A's. And Harry Stelt coming to the plate. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. And Stelt takes a swing on the first pitch sent his way. It is caught in right field by Drew Evanson. Bit of a shallow sac fly there from Stelt, but it'll score Willis from third. Solberg stays at second. A's increase their lead by 8-2 now. And Cole Hiley now at the plate with a runner on second. Hiley walked in the last inning. And now makes contact on that one. That'll be a pop fly into right field for the third out. So A's put up one, leave one stranded in the bottom of the fourth, and we'll head to the top of the fifth, leading by a score of 8-2. This is Sheboygan A's Baseball, brought to you by Culver's. Top of the fifth here at Wildwood. Leading off for the Red Dogs is Joey Cass. Two high pitches sent to Cass. 2-0 count. And then a well-driven ball into right field at the warning track, caught by Jake Perez. That will be one away for the Red Dogs. Cass nearly with a home run on that one. And now Brian Dosey up at the plate. First one sent to Dosey is a ball on the inside. Another ball sent to Dosey. Third straight ball sent to Dosey for the 3-0 count. And then strike one delivered from Winfield. A high pitch that time for ball 4. Dosey will take first on a walk. And Tom Stark up to bat now. Singled back in the third. Check swings at the first one for strike one. Big swing there from Stark. He misses on that one for strike two. And then a chopper to third, fielded by Stelt. Throw in time over to Fleischman for the second out. That was a nicely fielded ball by Stelt as it took a bit of a nasty hop at the end. He's able to get behind it, make the throw over to first. In time for the second out here in the top of the fifth. Brian Dosey at second now for Kevin Conrad, who takes the first pitch low and inside for ball one. So another chopper over to Stelt. This one gets by him. Dosey holds up at third. Conrad with the single. Now Tom Weir at the plate with runners on the corners and 2 outs. Of the 7 hits Genoa City has tonight, 6 of them are singles, only 1 extra base hit. For the A's, they too have 7 hits. A lot of singles as well. 6 of theirs are also singles, with just one double from Solberg. Correction, they are all singles for the A's. Both teams playing some small ball here so far. And that will be strike 3 as Tom Weir shows his frustration. He'll have to head back to the dugout. So 3 outs as the Red Dogs leave 2 stranded in the top of the 5th, unable to score any runs. And A's hold on to their 8-2 lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. This is Sheboygan A's Baseball, brought to you by Bank First. Bottom of the 5th, Jake Perez leading off for the A's. Perez with a single and a strikeout so far. And then that will be hit well into the gap. At least 2 coming for Perez. He's going to go for 3. And a bad hop taken as it is attempted to be fielded by the Red Dogs. So Perez will get the triple. Here is your extra base hit for the A's. And Blake Fleischman now at the plate. Fleischman takes the first one for a strike. The next one is low to him for ball 1. Fleischman, a good hitter for the A's. He has a .304 average, 5 doubles, a home run now after last night. He scored 14 runs for the A's. And he now has a full count coming his way. That will be a foul ball. Will remain at a full count. And he will send one that gets by second baseman Will Fogel. Would have been a tough play to make by Fogel. That'll be a hit for Fleischman. And Jake Perez will score from third. So A's go up 9-2 here in the bottom of the fifth. Dan Barwick now at the plate. Back-to-back UW Milwaukee Panthers here for the A's. Barwick sends a chopper to short. Throw in time at second to get Fleischman out. Barwick will reach on the fielder's choice. So that'll be one out now in the bottom of the fifth. And Sam Matthijs will come to the plate. First pitch sent to Matthijs. High for ball one. Next one gets the outside edge for strike one. And Matthijs sends one foul over the visiting dugout. Matthijs will send one into center field. That is caught by Tom Stark for the second out here in the bottom of the fifth. That will bring up Ben Gordon. For his third plate appearance tonight. Takes a swing at the first one. It's a line drive over to first, and that will be out number 3. So the A's leave one stranded, able to pick up a 9th run in the bottom half of the 5th, and we'll head to the top of the 6th, leading by a score of 9-2. This is Sheboygan A's Baseball, brought to you by Trilling True Value. into the top of the 6th. DH Corey Berry leading off for the Red Dogs. He'll send one high into right field, ran under by Jake Perez. One away early on here in the top of the 6th. That will bring up Drew Evanson. Correction. Tommy Johnston in for Evanson. So Tommy Johnston, after 3 pitches, has a 2-1 count. And then a foul ball sent. And Johnston will walk in his first plate appearance. And back to the top of the order with Will Fogel. Fogel sends one that'll drop in right field. Single for Fogel. First time he has gotten a hit tonight. Reached back in the 4th on a Solberg error. And now with runners on first and second, Tim Hutchinson in for Chad Tyndall. Hutchinson takes the first one for strike 1. And that will be strike 2. 0-2 count coming to Hutchinson. And it is just a bit high. For ball 1. Next one gets away from Gordon. He gets after it before Tommy Johnston can make his way to third. And a check swing from Hutchinson that he does not go on will fill up the count at 3-2. And then Hutchinson will hit one into the left side of the infield. That'll get through. And the bases are now loaded with just 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And Joey Cass will be up. First pitch to Cass is a ball. Next one also a ball on the outside. That one will be in there for strike 1. Then a foul ball sent into the backstop. for strike two. And Winfield will get him to go down swinging on strike three. 2 outs now in the top of the sixth. And Brian Dosey at the plate now. He takes a swing on the first one sent his way. That'll sail out of play into foul territory. Then a chopper over to second, fielded by Mathice. Throw over to Fleischman in time for the third out, so the A's get out of the bases loaded jam. And the Red Dogs leave 3 stranded and will head to the bottom of the sixth. A's still leading by a score of 9-2. This is Sheboygan A's Baseball, brought to you by Community Bank and Trust. Bottom of the sixth, back to the top of the order, Colin Willis leading off for the A's. Willis has scored 2 runs tonight, reaching on singles each of those times. Willis struck out in his first at bat. And the first pitch sent his way is inside as he scoots back for ball 1. Next one gets away from Cass. It was low for ball 2. Chaz Schmidt still in the game for the Red Dogs. He delivers a strike on the outside on that one. And then a strike on the outside corner for a full count now coming to Willis. And he'll send one high into left center. That'll drop. I assume Willis is going to go for 3. He's got the wheels for it. No throw is made over at third. Second triple of the night for the A's. That is Willis's 6th on the year. Eric Solberg up for the A's now. That one will go behind him. Willis is going to try and score. And no throw is made by Joey Cass. Willis will score from third on the wild pitch. Third time he has scored tonight. And now 2-2, the count coming to Solberg after Willis scored on the wild pitch. He'll send one that will get through the right side of the infield. Another single for Solberg, his second of the night. And now Harry Stelt. Looks like a pitching change. Quite a bit of changes, actually. So some changes in the infield for Genoa City. It looks like Brian Doe C will move over to first. Conrad pitching for the Red Dogs. Barry out to right field. And Tommy Johnston over to third. So Harry Stelt will walk up to the plate and await the first pitch from Kevin Conrad. The new pitcher for the Red Dogs. Chaz Schmidt went with Colin Willis's leadoff triple here in the sixth inning. That was his sixth of the season. That is a tie for second all-time in A's history, a mark which Cole Hiley also achieved last year. And now Stelt will walk in the first batter Conrad faces. So runners at first and second for Cole Hiley. Hiley takes the first one for ball one. And then swings on the next one. Unable to find it. And he'll send one that is a chopper over to short. He'll reach on the fielder's choice as Solberg is thrown out at third. Stout advances to second. One away here in the bottom of the sixth. For Jake Perez. He's got runners on first and second. Perez has also scored 2 runs tonight. Then he'll send a grounder over to second. Be thrown out at first. That'll be 2 outs. 2 runners in scoring position now for Blake Fleischman. Fleischman singled last inning. He is 1 for 3 on the night. And 2 balls sent his way for a 2-0 count. And now a third one to make it ball 3. 3-0 the count, 2 outs. Runners on second and third for Blake Fleischman. And a well outside pitch there. 4 pitches, 4 balls for a walk for Blake Fleischman. And now Dan Barwick will come to the plate with 2 outs and the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 6th. First one to Barwick is low for ball 1. Next one is inside as Barwick turns away from it for ball 2. And Barwick will hit one that will get through the left side of the infield. Stout scores. And Hiley will score from second. And per the 10-run rule, that will be it. A 2 RBI single for Dan Barwick. He'll end up with 4 RBIs on the night. And A's will take this one in 6 by a score of 12-2. So after giving up a run apiece in each of the first 2 innings and not able to score a run in either of those themselves, A's get 7 in the 3rd, 1 apiece in the 4th and 5th, 3 here in the 6th to take it by a score of 12-2. A's rack up 12 hits Genoa City puts up 9 hits. A lot of singles, though. Not able to get many runs driven in. Each team with an error. And we will be back in about 20 minutes for the second game in this doubleheader in the Langsdorff League. So Sheboygan improves to 7-4 in the league. And Genoa City will drop to 4-11. Once again, the game will start in just a couple of minutes. We will be back with more baseball here at Wildwood. And now they're going to do the mascot race here. Team mascot A1 for the A's with his first victory in the race ever.